Hello and welcome you crazy people, my name is Jay. In this video we are going to be talking about the Indomitus box set has sold out. And that's it's sort of predictable, but it's happened very quickly. And partly one of the reasons I'm making this, I made a video yesterday. I was like, should you buy the Indomitus box set? I'm not going to buy it. And it turns out most of you sadly can't buy it, I think, at this stage because it's sold out. Yes, there'll be a lot of people who've got it. Like, I was online at 10 a.m. and this only really applies in the UK. I'm not sure about what's happening in the US. Do let me know if you're in the US and is this the same. But in the UK for sure it's pretty much sold out. I was on like a couple of web stores and they had some in stock, but like 10 minutes later they'd all gone. So I could have got one if I wanted one, but I'm sticking to my guns. I didn't want one. I'm not buying one. But yeah, it's sold out in the UK. So that video of should you buy one, for a lot of people, sadly, that decision has been made for you. And I don't want people to keep messaging me being like, can't buy it even if I wanted to. So if you go on the website, it's sold out. It's no longer available online. On the website, it shows this. I mean, this is not really a surprise. Element Games are sold out. I think pretty much every store is sold out. If you're watching this and you're in the UK and you still want one, my best suggestion to you is that you quickly get to your local Games Workshop and pay the full price, because I think the stores might still have them. Maybe you could try ringing just to save yourself a trip, because obviously I'm not even sure which ones are open because of COVID and stuff like that. So yeah, this is not a great time. So I don't want to rub salt into the wounds, but Games Workshop have probably made an absolute shed ton of money from this, because let's look at this, right? Indomitus looks like it's going to be a popular box set. They were right there, and it's no surprise with all those gorgeous models. We've made a lot of it, like really a lot. So they have made an absolute shed ton of these boxes, and they've pretty much been sold out. They limited theirs to 3. I sort of feel like 3. They should have possibly just limited it to 1 so more people could get it, but either way, it is what it is. They did say in the past it was going to be 6, so they had indications that it was going to be super popular. But I think in another message they said, like, don't worry, we've made a lot. Well, you've not made enough. So yeah, I think possibly COVID may have actually led into this, because people have been cooped up at home. We've not had that many new releases, so there's a lot of hype about it, and this is the first the first big release in a while kind of thing. So yeah, I can see how that's happened. But yeah, I just wanted to say, because people are going to be messaging me and stuff like that, commenting on the old video. Yeah, it sucks that you've not been able to get it, and for me it's a double whammy. Games Workshop essentially have profited on this fear of missing out, but it's a legitimate fear of missing out. It's like they're deliberately selling as a fear of missing out. And yes, I understand that's perfectly reasonable. They need to do that. They need to print certain amounts and, make sure they're going to recover their costs and that kind of stuff. I do appreciate there are reasons for limited production runs, but I feel like Games Workshop sort of marketing is quite commonly using this fear of missing out technique, and it's not one that I'm particularly a fan of. But it does work, and they possibly have reasons to do it. But I think, they could have got it. I'm a very sad man. I've literally read their financials for the last 2 years. They're making 150 million a year or whatever it was. I can't remember, but very profitable company. I think for their biggest game, they could have taken a bit of a risk and printed either more or not done a limited production run. I know they said when it's gone, but if they don't very quickly announce a set that is, what I think they'll do is I think they'll announce a set for 80 quid with maybe a little bit less models, and maybe announce a starter set. But they're gonna have to do it quickly, because you've now got a large part of your audience, if the people, your customers, can't buy your game or can't buy what they want, because you don't have it in stock. That's a problem. It's a problem Star Wars Legion has faced several times, but yeah, the fact that they've run out is a bit of a problem. So for me, they've double whammy. They've done the fear of missing out a marketing strategy, but not only it's true. I thought they were going to have absolutely loads. You'd probably be able to buy it for a couple of days, and then maybe they'd just quietly say, right, we don't have any. Turns out, nope, it went within 20 minutes. Pretty easily went within 20 minutes. So they've had that double whammy of, we're going to profit off the fear of missing out, but we're not actually printing enough to really capitalize on it. The strategy has almost worked too well, I think, because more people want it than not. I saw places where it was in stock. I could have pressed the button, but I'm sticking with my guns. I've got too much grey plastic as it is. and I ain't buying it. And I think something else will come along. A bit of me thinks, I don't think they'll reprint this box set. I think, they said it's limited only, but there'll be something similar, I think, that they'll leave on sale a little bit more regularly, and I think they might announce it pretty quickly. Yeah, yikes. It's one of those, isn't it? If you've not got it, then I do feel bad for you, because it's obviously, very cost effective, very good models, all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is. I suspect the internet will rage for a little bit, being like, Games Workshop, how could you underestimate that? And let's keep in mind, it is difficult, especially through like COVID times as well, to know exactly how many you're going to sell. Yeah, they got indications probably with like how many orders they were getting beforehand, because they went from 6 to 3. So they probably did some market research and was like, actually, this is going to be a little bit more popular than we thought. And then ultimately, I think it might even be more popular than they thought it was going to be more popular. Like they did it twice, kind of thing. So I do understand that they had to print a certain amount, but what I'm trying to say is we can still blame Games Workshop for getting it wrong. Like, they're not immune to criticism. If they've underproduced, then that's still on them. Yes, it was a gamble. You've got to estimate. It's an estimate at the end of the day. It's a guess. So, but they've guessed wrong. Maybe they should have done better research or what have you. Or maybe this is exactly what they wanted, but I doubt it. You don't really want to leave your customers with money in their hands when you can take it off them. So it is what it is. I don't know how this is going in the US. It's still a bit fresh. I've not really been checking too much. And today I've been busy working on some terrain. But I suspect the US, if it's not sold out, will sell out just as quickly. Unless they've given the US way more than the UK, which it would be a different problem altogether. But yeah, I do apologise. I feel bad for the people who wanted it but haven't got it. But I do feel, I would take some comfort in the fact that they're probably going to do a similar box set or smaller versions of this pretty quickly. And I think they might even pre-announce them if people are getting a bit too salty about it. But have a most beautiful day. Goodbye.